Hello! I am Mac, at least for a day, and everything's going to be okay. Today I will be starting the first video in a new series I'm calling No Man's Sky Speculation 2019. Now I haven't done a lot of speculation videos. I've done a lot of speculation in my live streams talking to people, and there was some speculation in my Waking Titan videos, but I haven't made many videos specifically about speculating what the future of the game will be. With the exception of a video titled What's Next for No Man's Sky, and it also was a base showcase video that I made, I think, near the end of 2017, and that was before the next update. And that video, I tried to guess what I thought No Man's Sky was going to do next, or sorry, Hello Games was going to do next with No Man's Sky, and I was mostly wrong. In that video, I predicted that they were going to concentrate on storyline and continue the Atlas Rises storyline that we'd gotten earlier that year. They pretty much did not do that in Next. They added some new lore, but they didn't really touch the Atlas Rises storyline at all. I don't know if they're ever going to continue that story or if we're ever going to get another major storyline like it. But anyway, my speculation in that video wasn't very accurate. Despite that, I'm still going to try my hand at guessing the future of No Man's Sky in this series, but I also want to get all of your input. So in the comments of this video, please make your predictions of what Hello Games will be adding to No Man's Sky in 2019. And I'm planning to do a speculation video every week, like every weekend, at least until we get another major update to No Man's Sky. And in those videos I'll be reading people's comments that you make in this and other speculation videos, and also giving my own predictions on different possible ways that they could improve No Man's Sky. Now I'll go over a few ideas that I'll probably go more in depth in future videos, but one thing that's been going around, L Plays did a video about this when he did some speculation. A lot of people are talking about the possibility of a space update, since we got the Abyss update, which improved water, and we got the Visions update that improved the land on planets. Now people think that Sky is next, so sea, land, and then we think Sky might be next, so we might get a space update that will improve space. Now I would also like to predict that they're going to add more storyline. Like I said, they mostly added more lore. Now, the difference between lore and storyline is, at least my definition, lore is things that, like, when you go someplace and you read about things that happened in the past. Like when you go to a plaque or a monolith and you read about Gek, Korvax, or Viking history. That's lore. Or the new Base Computer Archives missions gave us some lore about another traveler, and there's several different lore lines that tell the stories of travelers and usually ends up with the traveler dying. But those are all things that happened in the past. That's lore because you don't participate in it. Now the only major storylines are the Atlas Path is a storyline because you kind of take part in it. In a way, Atlas Path is sort of a lore line because you just go to Atlas stations and you read things that the Atlas says, which is kind of veiled in mystery. but you also kind of participate in it because you craft the Atlas seeds and then you make a choice at the end. So it's kind of a storyline. And then Nada and Polo have their missions, which aren't so much a storyline, they're more like just side quests, the milestone side quests that give you rewards. Although Nada and Polo both have their own little story arcs that you learn more about them as you talk to them in between each of the different objectives you get. So that is kind of a storyline, just getting to know Nada and Polo. And then the only other true storyline is, of course, Atlas Rises, which is the really major storyline they added in the Atlas Rises update. Now, Hello Games said that they were adding more storyline with the Abyss, and I would argue that the Abyss update just added more lore, because again, the storyline, as they called it, was just reading information about a traveler or a group of travelers. At least we think they were travelers. They could have been other aliens. I don't think that lore line specified if they were travelers or not. But anyway, it was a lore line about some group of space travelers that crash landed on a planet and became entranced by the sea and eventually met some kind of bad end. But it's a lore line, it's not a storyline, because you, the player, don't really take part in it. You just go to locations and you read the information. So the Abyss pretty much just added lore, not a storyline. So I definitely think Hello Games will add more lore, because they seem to like to do that in almost every update. But it would be nice if we got another major storyline someday that we, the player, could take part in. Now, the community events did kind of have a storyline, sort of, but the problem with that is, and I'll get more into that in another video, but the community events, of course, are temporary, so they're not permanently in the game. So there was some kind of storyline with the universe having warping going on, and that's what led to the Visions update when we got all these new exotic planets and all that. So there was kind of a storyline there that we were taking part in, because we were helping Polo research what was going on. But again, future players of No Man's Sky won't be able to play that storyline again once the community events are over. So unless Hello Games brings them back as some kind of permanent storyline, the community event story isn't a real story in the game, so long as you can't replay it. But anyway, I'm kind of a storyline buff, and people disagree with me about that. They think that No Man's Sky is a sandbox game, and sandbox games aren't supposed to have a storyline. They're supposed to just be, you make up whatever story you want as you travel freely and do whatever you want. But like I said, No Man's Sky has storylines. It has from the very beginning. Atlas Path and Nada and Polo were around since the beginning of the game. Oh, and I also forgot the base building. There's also sort of base building storylines with your base assistants. But, so Hello Games have already broken the rule of no storyline in a sandbox game. Minecraft is a game that has no storyline. It's just a sandbox game where you make up whatever story you want. But No Man's Sky has always had kind of a storyline and lore and all that. So I'm one that would like to see more major storylines in No Man's Sky. I can't really predict that they're going to do that, because I've been wrong in the past. Next and subsequent updates haven't really added more major storylines besides Atlas Rises. But I still would like to see that again someday. But that's all I'm going to discuss in this video. I do think it's possible they will have a space update, and I would like it if they would add more storylines someday, but I don't know if and when they're ever going to do that. So I won't speculate anymore in this video, but I will be every week having another speculation video. So in the comments of this video, please give your predictions of what's going to happen with No Man's Sky in 2019, and I will probably be reading those and discussing more topics in the weeks to come. Some other things that we will talk about is, will No Man's Sky reach 2.0 this year, which LPlay's also kind of hinted at in the title of his recent video. And now there's a lot of other topics I want to discuss, things that can be changed in No Man's Sky, but we'll get to those in the videos that concentrate on that. So for now, I will stop speculating in this video, and I will see you all again next week. So this has been the first Speculation 2019 in No Man's Sky video. I have been Mac. Thank you for joining me for a day. And remember, everything is going to be okay.